Let's talk about cell membranes. We're going to talk about what they are, what they're made of, and why they're important. First of all, you're going to see a number of terms. Plasma membrane, cell membrane, plasma lemma, all refer to the same thing. I'm sorry, don't shoot the messenger. So first of all, how are they built? They're built from some pretty amazing molecules, mainly lipids and proteins. So yes, charm bracelet analogy. Again, the structural backbone is phospholipids in this case. We're going to look at those first. And then embedded in the membrane, or kind of, what makes the membrane special and why a bone cell membrane is different from a red blood cell membrane, will be proteins. The proteins embedded in the membrane. So the basic unit of all membranes looks like this. It is a bilayer comprised of phospholipids. Now, I want to get to these terms right away because let's just clear all this up. Philic and phobic. Philic comes from the ancient Greek. It means love. And there are some terms that you might recognize with philia and phile, meaning to have an attraction or a love for things. Hemophilia surprises a lot of people. So it's a bleeding disorder, and it literally means the love of blood. Yeah. Now, the complete opposite of philia is phobia, which a lot of people know, right? That means a fear. So if you have oil in water, and everyone knows that oil and water don't mix, we need to describe these two layers, and we use a couple of different words to do that. That's going to be really important in describing membranes. The water layer is hydrophilic or lipophobic, literally meaning water-loving or lipid-fearing. The oil layer is described as hydrophobic or lipophilic, right? Water-fearing or lipid-loving. Don't let these terms freak you out. Just break them down. Hydro or lipo, are we talking about water or lipids? And then loving or fearing. Okay, flying tip. Keep those straight. Now, when we look back at this phospholipid bilayer, we see the hydrophobic tails and the hydrophilic heads. Okay, so the tails are water-fearing and the heads are water-loving. The head is made of glycerol with a phosphate group, and the tails should remind you of the fatty acid tails in a triglyceride that we saw in the chemistry unit. And by the way, as a quick review, which fatty acid tail is unsaturated? Do you remember? Okay, so in addition to the lipids, as I told you, membranes will have proteins in them. Lots of different types of proteins, and they do lots of different things. The important thing to see right now is that membrane proteins give membranes their flavor or their properties. Remember, phospholipids hold the membrane together. That's the backbone. And then the charms, the flavor, that's going to come from the proteins. So when you look at a diagram like this, hopefully you're starting to see this backbone of phospholipids and then look at all the different proteins that can be associated with that membrane. This is our model of a cell membrane. So this is showing you the bilipid layer of phospholipids. So each molecule is a phospholipid. It's got a polar head and two hydrophobic tails. And if you pour phospholipids into a solution of water, they will automatically assemble into this bilipid layer. So polar heads face the water here, and the hydrophobic tails face each other. And then in the middle of this mix, we have this blue thing, which represents a protein. So how would a cell embed a protein in a membrane like this? We'll get there. As always, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for visiting the Penguin Prof channel. Please slam some buttons below, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck.